I first heard about cultural appropriation several years ago when I saw a story about some young students at the Claremont colleges in uh, Southern California complaining about white women wearing hoop earrings. And I really shook my head, and I've shaken my head anytime I've seen about this since. And it comes to mind now because I saw a couple videos yesterday with people talking about it. And actually, it was African Americans who were blasting other African Americans for complaining about cultural appropriation. One of them made the point that, uh, without citing names, he mentioned a couple of very well known pop culture stars, African American women with straight blonde hair, complaining about cultural appropriation and pointing out the hypocrisy and the inconsistency. Aside from that, it's just one should take pride in one's culture and the fact that other people like it enough to want to emulate, to incorporate it in their lives. I've talked in the past about embracing other cultures and food, and how it would be so boring in America if all we ate was hamburgers and fries every day, and the richness of our culture being visited by cuisine from all other cultures. And same with music. Music crosses all the genres now. There's so much mix, and each of the genres individually was already influenced by other genres. Rock and roll in America and the British invasion was influenced very much by blues and other music. And beyond that, the personal connections that we have become so important when we embrace one another. And so one of the things that comes to mind, because one of the criticisms is when a person of the wrong persuasion, for lack of a better word, an actor plays the role of somebody of a minority. And so that's become increasingly under attack. Well, acting is acting for the very reason that it's acting. And we shouldn't be limited to roles based on the color of our skin or our backgrounds. One of the most compelling examples of this, I think it's absolutely hysterical, the Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall movie, Coming to America. And there's a scene, and the two of them are wonderful. They play all these many different parts in the movie, and they're just hysterical. And this one part that just slays me is Eddie Murphy playing an old Jewish man in this barber shop. And I'm providing the link because I think he's just hysterical. Eddie Murphy does a better old Jewish man than any old Jewish man. It's absolutely hysterical. I don't know how many times I've seen it, many. And I laugh as much now as I do the first time I saw it. I think it's just wonderful. On a more serious note, Billy Crystal did a one-man play, and I'm providing the link to that, about the life of Muhammad Ali, calling it's titled, I believe, 15 Rounds, The Life of Muhammad Ali. Billy Crystal is just magical doing Ali. He captures his spirit, his personality. The two became very close friends. And another link I'm going to provide is Billy Crystal eulogizing Muhammad Ali. It's I watch it and I get choked up every time I see it. It's just tremendous. The relationship between the men was phenomenal, and you can see from the audience how the people react to Billy Crystal. To deprive us, humanity, of these These are gifts. To deprive us of these gifts under the guise of cultural appropriation, to me, is just absolutely absurd. We should be embracing one another. And lastly, this gets away from the emotion, but there's a very pragmatic economic element here. If we are going to limit ourselves to our own culture, what does that do to us in the marketplace? If you're a Black musician and only the Black audience can buy your music, you're depriving yourself of over 80% of the marketplace. Why would you want to do that? If you are in the restaurant business and you want to serve your cultural cuisine, soul food, or whatever it may be, would you want to limit yourself to customers of only your cultural background? It just doesn't make any sense to me. And the more we do that, the more we divide ourselves, and we divide ourselves based on, the term is identity politics. Do we really want to do that instead of embracing each other? Martin Luther King, I think, would roll over in his grave if he heard about cultural appropriation and the objection to it. So some food for that.